Welcome to the English podcast station. Are you learning English? This video is great for you. We will tell an amazing story. The story is about a very famous scientist. Her name was Marie Curie. We will use simple words. You can learn new vocabulary. You can also practice your listening skills. Enjoy the story. Chapter 1. A Bright Mind in Poland. Long ago, in Poland, a little girl was born. Her name was Maria. It was a difficult time in Poland. The country was not free. Other countries ruled it. Maria was a very curious child. She loved to learn. Her family was not rich, but they believed in education. Maria's father was a teacher. He taught her many things. Maria was very good at school. She loved reading books. She was especially interested in science and math. Even as a young girl, she had a bright mind. She wanted to know how things worked. She asked many questions, but in those days, it was hard for girls to go to university in Poland. Only boys could easily get higher education. This made Maria sad. She knew she wanted to learn more. She did not give up on her dreams. Chapter 2. The Promise with Bronia. Maria had an older sister. Her name was Bronia. Maria and Bronia were very close. They both wanted to study. They made a promise to each other. First, Bronia would go to study medicine in Paris, France. Maria would work and help her sister with money. Then, when Bronia finished, she would help Maria go to Paris to study science. It was a big sacrifice for both of them. Maria worked as a governess. She took care of other people's children. The work was hard. Sometimes the families she worked for were not kind. But Maria kept her promise. She saved money for Bronia. Bronia went to Paris. She studied hard. After some years, she became a doctor. Then, it was Bronia's turn to help Maria. She invited Maria to come to Paris. Maria was very happy. Her dream was finally coming true. Chapter 3. Studying in Paris. In Paris, Maria started a new life. She registered at the Sorbonne. This was a famous university. She studied physics and mathematics. The classes were difficult. They were taught in French. Maria had to learn a new language. She worked very hard. She did not have much money. She lived in a small, cold room. Sometimes she did not have enough food. But her passion for learning kept her going. Maria was one of the few women studying science. It was not always easy. Some people did not take her seriously. But Maria was determined. She focused on her studies. She spent hours in the library and the laboratory. She was a brilliant student. Her teachers were impressed by her hard work and intelligence. Maria was learning so much. She felt like she was finally where she belonged. Chapter 4. Meeting Marie Curie. After finishing her studies, Maria started working in a laboratory. She was looking for space to do her own research. One day, she met a French scientist. His name was Marie Curie. Pierre was a kind and intelligent man. He was also a dedicated scientist. He was interested in Maria's research. They started talking about science. They found they had many things in common. Pierre was very impressed by Maria's passion and knowledge. Maria admired Pierre's intelligence and his serious approach to science. They started working together in the laboratory. As they worked together, they became good friends. Their friendship grew into love. They shared a deep connection. They both loved science more than anything. Chapter 5. A Scientific Partnership. Maria and Pierre got married. They became a strong team, both in life and in science. They shared a small laboratory. It was not very well equipped. But they were happy to have a place to do their experiments. They started working on a new mystery. A scientist named Henry Becquerel had discovered something interesting. Some elements gave off strange rays. These rays were different from light. Maria was very interested in this discovery. She decided to investigate it further. Pierre joined her in her research. Together, they worked tirelessly. They wanted to understand these mysterious rays. They studied different elements. They measured the strength of the rays they gave off. It was hard work. They spent long hours in the lab. But they were excited by their findings. Chapter 6. Discovering New Elements. Maria conducted many experiments. She carefully studied a mineral called pitchblende. Pitchblende gave off very strong rays. stronger than pure uranium, which was another element that gave off these rays. This made Maria think, maybe there was another element in pitchblende, an element that was even more radioactive than uranium. Pierre helped her with this research. Together, they worked to separate the different parts of pitchblende. It was a long and difficult process. They had to grind the mineral. Then they had to dissolve it in acid. They had to separate it using different chemical methods. After many months of hard work, they discovered two new elements. One they named polonium, after Maria's home country, Poland. The other they named radium, because it gave off very strong rays. The name comes from the Latin word for ray. Chapter 7, the Nobel Prize. The discovery of polonium and radium was a big achievement. It changed the world of science. Maria and Pierre Curie became famous. In 1903, they were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. They shared the prize with Henry Becquerel. The Nobel Prize is a very important award for scientists. It recognizes great discoveries. Marie Curie was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. This was a big moment for women in science. It showed that women could also make important contributions to scientific knowledge. Despite their fame, Maria and Pierre remained humble. They continued their research. They wanted to learn more about the elements they had discovered. Chapter 8, A Time of Loss. Life was not always easy for Maria and Pierre. They faced many challenges. They worked in a poor laboratory. They often did not have enough money for their research. Then, a great tragedy happened. Pierre Curie died in an accident. Maria was heartbroken. She lost her husband and her scientific partner. It was a very difficult time for her. But Maria was a strong woman. She decided to continue their work. She was determined to carry on the research they had started together. The university offered her Pierre's position. She became the first woman professor at the Sorbonne. She continued to teach and to do research. Chapter 9, Another Nobel Prize. Marie Curie continued her work on radioactivity. She worked hard to isolate pure radium. This was a very difficult task. Radium was present in very small amounts in the ore. After many years of hard work, she succeeded. She was able to isolate pure radium metal. This was another major breakthrough in science. In 1911, Marie Curie was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. This was for her work on radium and its compounds. She became the first person to win two Nobel Prizes in different scientific fields. This was an amazing achievement. Her work with radium had many important uses. Radium was used in medicine to treat cancer. This helped many people. Marie Curie's discoveries had a big impact on the world. Chapter 10, Science During War. World War I began in 1914. Marie Curie felt that she needed to help. She used her scientific knowledge to contribute to the war effort. She realized that X-rays could help doctors see inside the bodies of injured soldiers. This could help them treat the soldiers better. But X-ray machines were not common. Marie Curie worked hard to equip mobile X-ray units. These were vans that could travel to the front lines of the war. She trained nurses and doctors to use the X-ray machines. She even drove some of the vans herself. She helped to save the lives of many soldiers. Her dedication and bravery during the war were remarkable. Chapter 11, A Legacy of Inspiration. After the war, Marie Curie continued her research. She also worked to promote science education. She believed that everyone should have the opportunity to learn. She traveled to different countries. She gave talks about her work. She inspired many young people, especially women, to pursue careers in science. Marie Curie faced many challenges in her life. She faced prejudice because she was a woman in a male-dominated field. She worked in difficult conditions. She suffered personal loss. But she never gave up on her passion for science. She persevered through everything. Her hard work and dedication led to groundbreaking discoveries. Marie Curie died in 1934. Her work had a lasting impact on the world. She showed the power of scientific discovery. She also showed the importance of perseverance and determination. Today, Marie Curie is remembered as one of the greatest scientists of all time. She's an inspiration to people all over the world. Her story is a powerful reminder that with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. She truly lit the world with science. We hope you enjoyed this story. It was a story of courage, intelligence, and hard work. You learned about a great scientist. You also practiced your English. Keep learning and exploring. Thank you for listening to the English Podcast Station.